Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and 4. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. I want to give infinite honors to our Heavenly Father and our great King, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushua Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone. And salutation to my fellow laborers in the Mashiach Yahushua, pushing his beloved true cross the 4 winds in this final hour, making your calling elections assured by abounding this labor of love. Shalom to you, brothers. All right. I brought out that beautiful precept because wise men are preparing for these troublesome times. Wise men know for us to get to the kingdom of heaven, we got to go through hell. Okay, you got to endure hell. So a wise man will be preparing his heart for war. If you're wise, if you know a hurricane coming, you're putting tape on your windows, you're getting sandbags. You might even get the fuck out of Dodge until the hurricane passes over and then come back and check on your residence. That's what wise men do. But what does a fool do? A fool don't know the signs of the times. Okay, a fool in the time of sowing seeds and planting seeds, so they can have a harvest for the winter. All right, they are not doing anything. They're partying. They're bullshitting. All right, you prepare for the hard times during the time of plenty. Okay, and right now, the rivers of living water are gushing throughout the earth. All right, you got light bearers everywhere. The Lord has his spirit consuming the earth, and people are not taking advantage of it. The Lord can be found right now. He's revealed himself to his servants, the prophets, in this final hour. Okay? And our people are in the house of mirth. They're living for the weekend. All right? When they do, they're subject to payments here in Esau. They work to go pay taxes and then put all their dreams, goals, aspirations here in America. All right. And they don't even know that America's about to be destroyed. America's on its last leg, circling the drain. Okay. You have to become like our great king. Let me get that precept. This is Isaiah chapter 52, verse 3. This is the standard. All right. No, it's 53 and 2. Okay. Here we go. This is Isaiah 53 and 3, Salakia. He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. All right, you got to become a man acquainted with grief. All right, it's written in the book of Ezekiel, the men of the Lord sigh and cry because of the abominations going on around about us. King David say he feared because they made void his law. Okay, so we know all type of tumult is about to happen to the earth. The Lord is about to judge the earth. He has a controversy with the earth, and he's going to lay it desolate. And with us knowing that, you want to have enough knowledge and wisdom to sustain your mind when all these horrific times come, okay? So you got to become acquainted with grief, acquainted with sorrows, all right? When everybody's in the state of mind of mirth, party, and being happy, all right, and you're not, you look like the bump on the log, you're like the bearer of bad news, the party pooper. You got to get acquainted with these people coming against you, scoffing at you, talking shit, okay? And you got to be acquainted with grief because the ones that you think you so-called love, all right, all of them about to die. They're going to give up the ghost. They're going to die horrific deaths in the coming days, all right? So I got a bunch of definitions I want to go to that, hey, you got to become familiar with, all right? You got to get acquainted with these words. And I'm going to start off with massacre, okay? I'm going to go, in some of these words, I'm going to go into etymology of them, all right? This is the times we're living in. This book is full of lamentation, mourning, and woe, all right? It's about to be mass death here in America. The Bible calls it great death in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, all right? We're about to see billions and millions of people put to death daily, okay? All right? And it's written, Salaki is not written. This is the definition of massacre, okay? A massacre. A massacre, and this is from Wikipedia. A massacre is generally considered to be a morally unacceptable especially when perpetuated by a group of political actors against defensive victims. And this is what the government is about to do to people. It's about to massacre millions of people. It's about to put pestilence out here on people. It's about to taint the water. All right. It's about to this government, these political actors, what are they doing? They're burnt purposely burning down the food processing plants that's going to bring in famines. All right. So they're going to massacre the people. And we're telling you that these things were written for a time in the Holy Scriptures. All right. Yes, we're occupied in prophecy. A prophet tells you what's going to happen before it happens so you can prepare yourself. During the time of Noah, he tried to prepare those people. Okay? The prophets come out and prepare the people that their kingdom is about to go down. Joseph was a prophet. All right, he had a dream and he prophesied to Pharaoh, look, we're going to have 7 bad years of famine. So during the 7 years of good, you need to stock up your storehouses to last us through those 7 years of famine. All right. He warned them. He gave them advice. That's what we're doing. All right. And when you're a prophet, you're in reality. So if you know all hell is coming, you're not going to be in the spirit of mirth and happiness and jubilant. All right. You're going to have on your serious face. You're going to be preparing for war, man. When you look at men going on the battlefield, nobody's laughing. All right, these guys know when they go on the battlefield, they might not never see their families again. It's seriousness. All right, it's a spirit of people being in the spirit of being austere, okay? And it's written. The word is a loan of a French term for butchery or carnage. A massacre is not necessarily a crime against humanity. See, when the Lord brings this massacre, because he's put the spirit on this devil to do it, it's righteousness. But from the perspective that the so-called white man is doing it, all right, it is a crime against humanity, all right, because he's wicked, all right? Other terms with overlapping scope include a war crime, pogrom, mass killing, mass murder, and extrajudicial killings. And this is what it is from the Lord's perspective, is the extrajudicial killing for the people transgressing his law and making his law void, all right, and coming against his commandments. All right, all the peoples of the earth, first and foremost, his people, the nation Israel, you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and people of Hispanic descent, okay? All right, so it's about to be a massacre in this final hour. A great massacre is coming, all right? This is the reason you got to be occupied in prophecy, because prophecy prepares you for this time. Now, this is the etymology of the word catastrophe, okay? And let's see what it says, all right? It is from the, and the definition says an event causing great and often sudden damage or suffering a disaster. Okay? And the origin is Greek, catastrophe. Kata means down, strophe means turning. All right? So, what is the Lord is about to turn? He's about to turn things, we say turn things up, but he's about to tear these kingdoms of the earth down. Okay? He's about to destroy them, all right? We're about to see catastrophic events, whole cities getting laid waste, all right? Earthquakes happening and whole states getting knocked off the map, okay? Nuclear missiles hitting land masses and cities wiped out in a matter of minutes, okay? This is catastrophic events happens in the last days before our great king comes to the planet Earth, okay? And it says again, an event causing great and often sudden damage. Sudden is this stuff is going to happen speedily. America is going to be destroyed within an hour, okay? Or suffering a disaster, all right? So you got to be preparing yourself for these times. You going to college, you going to a club, all right? You going to a football game, the things Americans do, all right? Just going to 9 to 5, not seeking the Lord. That's not going to prepare you for cataclysmic, apocalyptic, all right, catastrophes and massacres, all right? And that's what we're going to get right now. The next one, cataclysm. You got to get acquainted with these words, man, all right? They say our great king was acquainted with grief, all right? A wise man is in the house A mourning. All right. There's going to be a lot of mourning and gnashing of teeth in the coming days. All right. Because the shaking of the hand of the Lord. Okay. This is a cataclysm. All right. And it's the etymology of it. From the French cataclysm, the Latin cataclysmus, and from the ancient Greek cataclysmos, okay? And it says deluge, a flood, all right? And that's what the Lord said. The enemy is going to come in like a flood to dash over, flood, deluge. That's what it originally meant, all right? When you look at the word cataclysmic, it was a flood. That's what it normally means, a flood coming over, okay? And what happens when a tidal wave comes in? A tidal wave is a flood, and it destroys everything in its way, all right? To wash away, to dash over, all right? That's what it means, all right? Cata means downwards or towards, and clusa means to wash off, okay? And the definition is a sudden, violent event, okay? In the last days, there's going to be multiple sudden, violent events throughout the planet Earth, all right? From one hemisphere to the next. The Lord's judgment is going to be throughout the planet Earth where billions of people are going to die. Billions, okay? A sudden and violent change in the Earth's crust, all right? And that's going to happen, man. You're going to have earthquakes in this final hour that's going to change the map, the globe that we're looking at. You're going to have parts of the earth that's going to get destroyed, knocked off the fucking map, like California, okay? Louisiana's going to be underwater. Certain parts that are land, they're going to be underwater. And then you're going to have new things that's going to rise up, new continents that's going to rise up, all right? That's what happened when earthquakes and volcanoes go off, okay? What other word I got? I got apocalypse. This is my favorite right here, all right? And the word apocalypse, from the Greek, apo means and kalypton means to cover, all right? Uncover, all right? Apocalypse goes hand in hand with the word revelation, to reveal, okay? And in the definition, let me get the whole definition here. Apocalypse, the complete final destruction of the world as described in the biblical book of Revelation. All right? The bells ringing is supposed to usher in the apocalypse. And it's talking about the trumpets blowing. Not no goddamn bells ringing. All right? So what is the book of Revelation about? Death. It's about cataclysmic events, catastrophes, and massacres. The blood is going to be so high that it's going to come up to the horse's bridle. That's how much death is about to happen around this motherfucker, man. Okay? And this is what you're supposed to be preparing your mind for. These hardened times. All right? These turbulent times, okay? You're not supposed to be in the spirit of party and bullshit, okay? You're not supposed to be preparing to live in this place, making plans, having dreams, goals, and aspirations 10 years from now. You're supposed to be preparing for the coming, our great King's second coming to the planet Earth, all right, which is going to be ushered in with the greatest war known to mankind and billions of people dying, all right? People dying on your right hand, on your left hand, all right? You're just suffering and death on all sides, okay? This is funnel all these definitions through the scriptures, all right? This is Matthew 24th chapter, the 3rd verse, and it reads, "And he said on the Mount of Olives," talking about our great King, "and the disciples came to him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be?" And the Lord is talking about the end of days, the end of times, okay? "And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world?" It's talking about his second coming. All right, he's going into the heavens at the right side of the Father, preparing a place for us. And when he comes back, all of these cataclysmic, he's going to come back at the pinnacle of these cataclysmic events. All right? And we're supposed to be preparing ourselves from our household, from the owner of the house to come back while we're managing his house. He wants to see well, we're doing a good job managing his house. All right? Well, we slothful in business. All right? Well, we're in the house of myrrh when we're supposed to be in the house of war, getting our mind ready for war, the house of mourning. All right? This is Jeremiah. All right? These are cataclysmic, apocalyptic scriptures that we're reading right here. All right. This is Jeremiah chapter 25, one of my favorite. All right. Verse 29. All right. And it's written, for lo, I begin to bring evil on the city which is called by my name, Jerusalem. All right, and Jerusalem is the people for a place. Judgment started in the house of Yahweh by Shema Shai. It's going to start at the tribes, man. 2/3 of our people have gone astray. They've gone back. Okay, they have denied the doctrine that the Lord has given the prophets to get to them. So they're going to perish for a lack of knowledge. All right, that's who all it is. That's who's going to get massacred first and foremost. Okay, and shall be utterly. Salakia, for lo, I begin to bring evil on the city, which is called by my name, and should be utterly and ye should be utterly unpunished. He's asking the questions. He's being sarcastic when he asks that. You shall not be unpunished. All right, for I will call for a sword upon the inhabitants of the earth, saith Yahweh Shema Shai. Therefore prophesy against them all these words, and say unto them, Yahweh shall roar from on high, and utter his voice from his holy habitation. He shall mightily roar upon his habitation. He shall give a shout, and they shall tread the grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth. And the grapes is metaphorically speaking for people. He's going to kill people, all right? That's a metaphor, all right? Our Heavenly Father, he spits fire bars. Our great King spits fire bars. A noise shall come even to the ends of the earth. This noise is judgment. All right, the last trumpet gonna blow, and there's gonna be judgment all throughout the planet Earth. And Yahweh have a controversy with the nations, all right? And what are you gonna do with this controversy? All right? He will plead with all flesh. That means he's gonna judge all flesh, and he will give them that are wicked to the sword, saith Yahweh. And he's gonna do it throughout the globe, throughout the planet Earth. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, Yahweh Shema Shai of hosts, behold, evil shall go from nation to nation. So you can't run from this judgment. All right? All you can do is submit. If you're a so-called Negro, Native American, a person of Hispanic descent, all you can do is submit under his doctrine of life. That's it. Outside of that, you can't run from this judgment. And a great whirlwind shall be raised upon from the coast of the earth. What do whirlwinds do? They destroy everything in their paths, all right? No matter what it is. And the earth shall be slain of Yahweh. The earth, and the slain of Yahweh shall be at that day from one end of the earth unto the other end of the earth. And they shall not be lamented, neither gathered, nor buried, and they shall be dung upon the ground, all right? You want to get killed and you won't have a funeral, okay? And it's going to be cataclysmic. It's going to be, the death toll is going to go into the billions, and we're going to prove it. All right, this is Revelation chapter 9. All right, the Apocalypse book. Okay, this is Revelation 9. I'm gonna start at verse 15. Okay, so lock you for that. Start at verse 15. All right, and it's written, and the four angels were loose. And these four angels are four archangels holding back the destruction. All right. The Lord's giving them an appointed time to wreak havoc on the planet Earth. All right. These four angels are bringing forth various judgments to kill billions of people. Literally. These are cataclysmic angels. Fuck. That's going to bring forth massacres and catastrophes. Okay. And the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour, appointed time, a day and a month, appointed time, and a year to slay the third part of man. The third part of man, all right, is according to Esau's number, 7 point some billion people on earth. So a third part of that is going to go to 2 to 3 billion people are going to die. That's a third part of man, folks. 2 to 3 billion. It might be more than that. That's just Esau numbers. It's probably more people on the planet than that. It could be 10 billion people, but the body count is going to go into the billions. All right. Now tell me something about cataclysmic. All right. Is that not cataclysmic? Is that not a catastrophe? Is not that a massacre? All right. One has never been seen since the earth been in rotation. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them. Those how many nuclear missiles is going to hit America. All right. And when you don't understand ancient terminology, all right, back then, when they said thousands, or 200,000, that means millions. So it's going to be 200 million missiles that hit here in America. All right? It's not going to be 200 literal missiles. When you understand how a nuclear missile is made, they got a warhead, and the warhead is going to open up, and then you're going to have little pieces that are going to come out of the warhead. All right, and that's how it's going to equal up to 200 million, and they're going to hit various places. One missile, all right, has a bunch of like nuclear bullets in their warhead, a bunch of warheads inside of them. Okay, so if one missile don't hit one place, the warhead opens and spreads out. Various warheads come out of that one missile. Okay. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire, and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses was as the head of lions, talking about these missiles, and out of their mouths issues fire, smoke, and brimstone, nuclear fire. Okay, by these three was the third part of man killed by the fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone, which ushered out of their mouths. And what do nuclear holocausts do? They lay the land desolate and kill millions and millions of people on whole continents, man. All right? This is what you're supposed to be preparing your mind for, so the Lord can protect you from these missiles, so the Lord can protect you from this onslaught that he's going to bring to the planet Earth, okay? This is what he's going to do to the people that do what he say, okay? This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience. This is what we're supposed to be doing. And the people that's doing it is in the house of mourning. They're preparing for war. They're not partying. I will also keep them from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon the world. See, that's going to cataclysmic. All right? It's going to be on all the world to try them that would dwell upon earth. That word plead and try that you see, that goes in the judge. Okay, when you go into those words, that means the Lord ain't gonna be pleading with nobody. Please do this, or hey, try to do this. What this English modern day diction tells you. No, it means when you look at those words in the Hebrew and Greek, it goes into judge. He's gonna judge the people. Okay, he's gonna give them their judgment for disobeying him. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 13, verse 9. Okay, and it's written, behold, the day of Yahweh cometh, cruel both with wrath, fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. All right? That's apocalyptic. You're gonna have, you go to America, and 300 million people live over here. With the exception of the elect, all these 300 and so million people are going to get destroyed. All right? The Lord is going to just get his elect out of here. All right, and then he's going to lay the land desolate, where everybody on the land mass is going to get destroyed. Everybody in Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed. Everybody in the known world in the first death got destroyed. Okay, and it reads, I lost my place. All right, and it reads, behold, the day of Yahweh cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Okay, he's going to kill everybody that's at enmity with this word, and that's which is basically vast majority of humanity. All right, this is Deuteronomy chapter 2, verse 24, and he's going to do the same thing he did to the inhabitants of Canaan when we came into the Holy Land. All right, Deuteronomy 2 and 24, it reads, rise ye up, take journey, and pass over the river Arnon. All right, and what does catastrophe means? To pass over. It means to flood, okay? And I will have given into thine hand Sihon the Amorite, king of Heshbon, and his land, and begin to possess it and contend with him in battle. All right, and this is what our great king is about to do when he come back to the planet Earth, man. He's going to pass over and conquer the kings of the earth. Revelation 19 chapter say what he had many crowns, okay? That's because he got the dominion from the kings by killing their asses. But Sihon king, I'm going to skip down to verse 30, but Sihon king of Heshbon would not let us pass by him. For Yahweh thy power hardened his spirit and made his heart obstinate. that he might deliver him in the hand as appeared this day. And Yahweh said unto me, behold, I have begun to give Sihon his land, to give Sihon and his land before thee. Begin to possess, that thou mayest inherit the land. Then Sihon came against us, he and all his people, to fight at Jahaz. And Yahweh Yahweh our power delivered him before us, and we smote him and his sons and all of his people. And we took all his cities at that time. This is what's about to happen in these modern times. All right, the Lord is about to kill all the kings of the earth and their people. All right, slay whole cities. Okay, like in the ancient world. And we took all of his cities at that time and utterly destroyed the men, the women, and the little ones of every city, and we left none to remain. See, it happened in the ancient world. It's going to happen again. The Lord is going to destroy our enemies utterly, but none of them going to remain. Now, we're not going to kill all of them because we got to have slaves, all right? So millions and billions of them are still going to be alive, but in some cities and some parts, everybody's going to go. Man, woman, child, and beast, okay? This is the judgment of the Lord. We're going to do things according to his anger, and he wipes out everybody when he gets angry, all right? I'm going to leave off on this. These are cataclysmic scriptures we're reading. 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, and I'm going to start at verse 22. And it's written, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. All right. And that goes in these thriving economies, all right, that are well built, up and running. The Lord is about to bankrupt them. He's about to make these economies do a nosedive. All right. These thriving metropolises, that the business and commerce is good. The Lord is about to make them crash, okay? And he's going to do that to everywhere in the earth. The whole earth is going to be in dire straits, okay? The full storehouses shall suddenly be empty, all right? The Lord is going to take away the food, man. Storehouses in the ancient world is where the food preserves were, all right? The water reservoirs were, all right? He's going to destroy them, okay? So it's going to bring a great famine on the earth. Cataclysmic famine, and the trumpet shall give a sound. I mean, it's wartime. We're preparing for war. If you're not preparing for war, you're a fool. Which when every man hear, they shall be suddenly afraid, and that's what's about to happen to the peoples of the earth, because they're not in their right mind. And this stuff, the hardest lick to hit you is the lick you don't see coming. All right, in the time of party and bullshit, great travail is about to come down on these people. All right, when they say peace and safety, sudden disaster and destruction is about to fall upon them. At that time, friends shall fight one against another like enemies. Get ready, it's coming. What's that song? Get ready. Don't. The Temptations. That Get Ready song. I love that song. That band Jackson State played well. All right, but that's what you're supposed to be doing, getting ready for these times, man. And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Whosoever reign from all these, I have told thee, Salakia, whosoever remaining from all these that I have told, these prophecies, all right, these apocalyptic events, okay, all right, these shall escape. It's talking about his elect, and shall see my salvation, and the end of the world. This is the end of the world, and the end of the world is coming with cataclysmic, all right, apocalyptic, horrendous events, okay, and only the Lord's elect is going to be saved out of these turbulent times. So you need to be preparing your mind for war, for hell. War is hell. To get to heaven, we got to go through hell, Aki. All right? To get through heaven, you got to go through hell. We did a sit down on that not long ago. So with that, I don't want to write this out. This was edifying to the hearers. I want to give infinite honors to our Heavenly Father and our great King, Yahweh Shem HaShah, Shem HaKakadash. Double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops, a great millstone. And salutation to my fellow laborers in the Mashiach, Yahweh Shah, pushing the beloved true across the four winds. Kwame Yasharala, Abba Abba.